Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron. I hope you're having a great day in Jesus. We're asking the Lord to help everybody that's got COVID. God will protect people that don't have COVID. The families of the people that died, that they'll be comforted in the Lord. And this is really a time for us to come together as Americans and even people of other countries, just to love and to pray and let the church be the church. We're still doing some reviews. You might be on lockdown. You can get these maybe online, or maybe you've already got them. This is Bill O'Reilly. It's kind of like a, what would they call it, Reader's Digest version, Cliff Note version of his famous book, The Killing of Jesus. And this is Bill O'Reilly, the longtime popular conservative, 6'7". I'm reminded of G.K. Chesterton when I say that he was 6'5", 300, conservative Catholic. And so I got this, it was $3.99. I actually got some to give out as gifts to some of our leaders at church as well. They don't know it yet. They might see this video before they get it. But it's extraordinarily well done. It normally runs $19.99. I did a video recently called the Ollie's Book and Bible Haul, and this was obviously we did before the pandemic hit. I've got some more Book and Bible Haul videos coming out that we did, you know, they were in February. So normally there's a 2-week to 2-month delay from when people see videos. Just depends on how it does. But this one is extremely well done. And it comes highly recommended as well. I had a friend of mine telling me, somebody I really trust, that this was just a great book. And now obviously I'm not Catholic, I'm Pentecostal, you know. So they said now towards the end it has some Catholic theology. They said, but overall it's just phenomenal. I was raised by a pastor. I just wanted to show you what it looks like without the book cover too, because it is just incredibly done. You know, my pastor always just say, you know, before you read anything, pray, ask the Lord to give you truth out of it, hate every lying and wicked way, like Scripture says, and to, you know, buy the truth, sell it not, and to eat the food, spit out the sticks. He'd say, that was one of his famous sayings, he'd say, son, just be as smart as a goose, eat the food, spit out the sticks. So that's what we do. And so Bill O'Reilly's former high school history teacher and the author of several best-selling books. And I have not read them. I have friends that read them religiously, you know, like Killing Patton and Killing Lincoln and all this. And I've heard he's got like a ghost writer, which so many of them do. My brother's quite the researcher, you know, USA Today, History Channel, Discovery Channel specials, just about him, believe it or not. And Lamar Waldron is his name, and he's got some amazingly viewed videos on YouTube, as a matter of fact, a lot more than ours. And but he said one of the things that happens is, like when he's in Washington D.C. doing research in the National Archives or Library of Congress, that there's people that's what they do for a living, is like famous authors call and say, could you research this? And he said that's how a lot of things are missed, is because they're searching for the specific thing that author asks for, and but you might run across something else, and you might even run across contrary information, and you might have a hypothesis that turns out to be incorrect. And so with my brother doing his own research, that's how he's been able to get on some cutting edge things. But the last days of Jesus, you know, a large percentage of the 4 Gospels deal with the last week of Jesus. I'm reading a great book right now about, I think it's the last week, the last days of Jesus, the last week of Jesus, by, is it Schnabel or something? It's unbelievable, because like in the first few pages, he's got the number of people, everybody that's involved. He lists the people. Are they men? Are they women? Who are, you know, where are they from? It's just incredible amounts of stuff. But I'm wanting to say like 40%, but I can't vouch for that. Okay, more than 2.2 billion human beings attempt to follow his teachings and believe he is the Son of God. I am one of them, a Roman Catholic who was educated in religious schools all the way through college. I do not suggest I know everything about Jesus. Another thing is like Rush Limbaugh's brother, David Limbaugh, has been writing, and I've done some reviews on his, some incredible books on the deity of Jesus and the validity of the Bible. Just some, because he's trained as a lawyer, and they're just fantastic books, and they're very popular books, like this Killing series is by Bill O'Reilly. I forget why O'Reilly got kicked off. I don't know what he was doing, and I don't want to bear false witness, not knowing. I don't remember. A Changing World. So it's done in extremely easy to read style, and I'll show you what I mean by that. The pages are nice and bright and white, and the lining is fantastic. A lot of space in between the lines, no ghosting. You can just tell this is very professionally done. So it really invites you to read. It invites you inside. One thing I learned being in Christian bookselling for 12 years is a great cover can get a book bought, but it can't turn a book into a bestseller. And what I mean by that, you know, a lot of people pick up just great graphics and stuff, and let you be looking through this as we're talking. And so they may even buy it predicated on how beautiful it is, but the word of mouth's not going to be there. So anybody that buys it for that reason, it'll just be the browsers and all that. But like 1984, I was just reading like George Orwell's 1984 and Animal Farm, how they got started, and it was kind of like almost underground publications, you know, it was going by word of mouth. And the same way with Dan Brown's Da Vinci Code, which I had to read because so many Bible college students in Indiana Bible College were reading it and asking me about it. So I read it on a plane, you know, between here and there and stuff. And one thing is like Dan Brown's, for instance. I can see why it sold 21 million copies or whatever it sold. And I told, you know, one of my sayings, and if you watch this channel often, you know, is well-presented error is dangerous. Well, the thing is grippingly written. It's totally wrong. The Mary Magdalene and Jesus did not have anything going on. None of that happened. But it was written unbelievable. So I could see people arguing the substance of it, but people, like Christian reviews I was beginning to read, they were attacking how poorly it was written and stuff. I'm like, something really doesn't sell 21 million copies if it's really badly written, unless it's like Mal's Little Red Book that they make you read or something. And so there's this. Now, the last week, I'm going to see how many pages this has. Even the index is very well done, very large print. And I'm going to guess this is easy 12-ish type print. Little bibliography in here. So of readable pages besides, and I do like this, like the author recommends. Let me tell you how many pages, then we'll go into some of that, and then we'll read some. Timeline of Jesus' life. Then it's got a little glossary of difficult words and things. So really 277 pages. And then the stuff at the back. I'm going to read some out of the book, let you get a feel for it. But before we do, let's get to this author recommends. Ancient Rome, Voyages Through Time by Peter Ackroyd, Michael Anderson, Ancient Rome, Britannical Educational Publishing, The Roman Army, The Legendary Soldiers Who Created an Empire. See, these are all good stuff. Archaeologist Life Digging Up Artifacts by Holly Kefri. National Geographic investigates ancient Rome. Archaeology unlocks the secrets of Rome's past. Technology of ancient Rome. So I always tell people in the like author recommends section or the bibliography section, that's where a lot of the action is, because where they got their sources. And sometimes even better books are in the back, or if you want to do further study. So for $3.99, it's really tough to beat a book like this. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate Ollie's. I found out their owner used to be one of the Washington Senators baseball team, and he died like in December. So guarded. We'll just start here on page 235. Take a guard, he orders. Make the tomb as secure as you know how. And so it is that a guard is placed at the tomb of Jesus, just in case the dead man tries to escape. I like how that's phrased. For Rome and the temple, that should have been the end of it. The troublemaker and blasphemer is dead. If Jesus' followers have any plan for trouble, there is no sign of it. The disciples have proven themselves timid, still stunned that their Messiah is dead. They have gone into hiding and posed no threat to Rome. Pilate is relieved. Soon he will be on his way back to Caesarea, there to once again govern without this constant interference of the temple priest. But Caiaphas will not go away. Wearing his expensive robes and linen, he postures before Pilate, not knowing what the Roman governor will report back to Rome. Caiaphas has as much at stake, and he is uneasy over Pilate's hand-washing display. He will lose everything if Emperor Tiberius blames him for the death of Jesus. And so Caiaphas stands firm, looking for any sign of approval from Pilate. But the Roman government's had enough of this arrogant priest. Without a word, he stands and walks away. So that's good. And boy, look at that. The tomb is empty. Sunday, April 8th. AD 30, Jesus' tomb, dawn. I love it. I'm thinking of a few songs. I was thinking of Carmen, maybe Friday, but Sunday's on the way, and He's Alive. He's Alive. That was, who did that? Don Francisco. So anyhow, especially for $3.99, and I haven't checked Amazon, eBay. You may want to. Boy, I've been here. That's amazing. But if you can get this book, you can many times get books on eBay for $3.99 because they'll do shipping. They'll do penny books and then you pay the shipping from thrift books. And a lot of times they're even cheaper than that. There's a lot of people that compete on that shipping. They'll go down to $3.84 and different things. So just good stuff. So the last days of Jesus, I'm so thankful. He's coming again. It's the last days of Jesus then, but he's still alive. He's come back to earth. And you know what? It could be really quick. Hope you're ready. God bless. Love you in Jesus' name.